Smooth 98.1 here. We are for a Hump of the Week Wednesday. It is Business Express with Rotis joining me for the next 15 minutes. Good morning, Rotis. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, Shokwe. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers out there for yes, today is a Wednesday, Hump of the Week.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Hump of the Week or start of the week because, well, we had public holidays, so, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, essential services, man. So sorry for you. I actually had some days off and it was fantastic. All right, so good for me, I'm telling you. Okay, people, join the conversation. We're already streaming live up on youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos. I was one of you yesterday, but today I'm on the other side. Hello, good morning. Join the conversation by going up on the live chat and sharing your thoughts by leaving a comment. You can also send WhatsApp messages to 0809-444-0981 and take things over to Twitter with the hashtag BusinessExpress981. So today, Rotis, it's like for 2023, we're telling people how to avoid certain pitfalls. And today, let's talk Forex trading because it was like, everywhere I went, I was hearing ads for, oh, you too can be a Forex trader, this, that. You can make your money in a blink. All you need is this, what's his name? A robot? Oh, I can't remember what it is, but something, Sha. And I was like, if only it were that easy. So let's talk about it because there are some people who are like, I can give up my job and I can just trade Forex. But there are also people who have lost a lot of money.
Indeed.
Right. So first things first, let's talk even about the right approach. Like, what's a good approach to Forex trading?
Yeah, so the it's a cautious approach. The approach you're supposed to have is one of caution. You're supposed to tread carefully because I'm glad you mentioned a lot of these ads. What a lot of these companies are offering now is for you to match your trades with what they call is an expert Forex trader. So you just, whatever trades that person does are the trades that will be matched for you. The issue though is that the records of these traders are not usually provided. That is, how well did they do last year? And even if you had the records of how well they did last year, past performance, something that's said a lot in when it comes to equities trading in the stock market is that past performance is not indicative of future outcomes. That is, do not, hang your hopes on the fact that if you did well in the markets, in 2022, that you're going to do well in 2023 because the markets are up and down. So the short answer for Forex trading is that you must approach it with caution.
Okay, now let's talk about caution with your finances as well when you're approaching trading, because I think what happens is, and we see a lot of emotional trading in that something will drop sharply. And then the person who's trading will just, or if you're not a professional trader and you're more on the amateur side, then you're like, oh my God, it's dropped. Let me take my money out before it disappears. But in that, I feel like let's talk about the caution of making sure that you don't put too much of your money in. So like, what's a good percentage of, let's say, okay, I've got money to invest. Let me invest in something that's very low risk. Let me invest in something that's a bit higher risk. What would the ratios be for?
So for the rule of thumb is that your lowest allocation goes to your riskiest investments. However, that depends on your risk profile. So it's always good. This is why we ask people to talk to financial advisors. The standard is that the younger you are, then the
riskier your appetite could be.
Right? Exactly. So you're more likely to allocate a little higher of what you earn to more risky assets, because the idea is that if you were to lose them, you're so young that over time you will adjust and then you'll make that money back. But if you're older, in your late 30s, your 40s, 50s, then a sizable amount of your more than 50%, 60% of your portfolio should be going towards more stable income generating securities, because you're older, you're heading towards retirement, you've got kids and grandkids to think about and so on and so forth. So that's the thing.
Retirement to your 30s, my God.
well, grandkids for 50s and 60s. Sorry.
Okay.
But for forex trading, I see it as gambling. I don't really see much of a science towards it. So I would suggest that one allocates money they can afford to lose. Same way for crypto, same way for all these other exotic things, because and I'm not too conversant with it, but I know that it's currency pairs. So they pair different currencies against each other, and as they bet on one moving this way and the other moving the other way. So allocates a amount of that you can afford to lose towards FX trading, so that if you lose it, you don't lose sleep.
So right, for me, right, I'm tagged as I've got a moderate risk profile, but my appetites. I like to go a little risky from time to time. So what happens is, even though I've got that moderate risk profile, I'll put the bulk of my money into things that are a little less high risky and a little more, moderate. But then there's some play around money, because you never know when you can be a billionaire from the next Dogecoin or something. So that's what I do anyway. All right. Advice. Let's move on. Advice is always have a little play around money, like, so that you close your eyes and know that if it's gone, but you had fun playing. This message in from Tokpe says, many traders lose more money than they claim to make. Most of the money is made from the so-called courses that they sell. Risk management. Good point. Risk management is the ultimate. If everyone could trade successfully, everyone would be rich, but it ain't so. Investing is a better option. Yeah. All right. I agree. Next thing, what's a best way to actually prepare yourself to trade Forex?
I think you should practice. So there are a lot of websites that allow you to practice it with monopoly money, if you will, not fake money, but with real world scenarios. So you would they would use the actual movements of the currencies against each other, but then they will assign you a portfolio of money that isn't real. You can test out your strategies for 6 months, maybe a year. I don't know a lot of people that are patient enough to wait till a year. Some will just do 1 month and jump in. So, but
if I'm up there training and I see that I've been making profits with monopoly money, I'm going to be like, let's put some real money in there.
Exactly. So that's where things happen. But the thing is, it's a good idea to, because of how the markets move up and down, to just take enough time to practice. So that's what I would suggest. And a lot of websites, there are a lot of tools out there that allow you to do that. So just practice with real world scenarios until you're comfortable risking a little bit of your money for that.
All right. Now, Ogene Ochuko says, Forex is highly profitable, but highly risky. You can lose your capital. The same with any other business venture, but don't put all your eggs in one basket, because it's better. He says it is better than gambling because it's not a 50-50 situation. You can win 7 trades out of 10 trades, I think is what he's saying.
Okay, I can agree to an extent with that. It's just that my issue is that the foundation is currencies, and currencies, they just move up and down rapidly due to geopolitical issues and other macroeconomic stuff. So, maybe I shouldn't call it gambling, but it's risky stuff, because you just can't,
I have someone in close to me that trades Forex and has been trading for years and has been perfecting and refining his process and his method all the time. And what happens, or the result is, more often than not, he's had pretty good years. Very good years. Very good. There was one in which he locked himself in his room for 3 days and didn't talk to anyone. But then he bounced back, and year after year took a more moderate approach, and actually, has been having some great years. So,
somebody like that. But he's been doing it for a while, right?
Yeah, he's been doing it, and he's been training himself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a dedicated, again, practice. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's talk about the reason why people are actually, I feel like I'm seeing more and more people going to Forex. So is this something that we can say, okay, let's look at the Nigerian economy and start to point fingers as to why people are taking more to Forex trading?
Yeah, generally, for a lot of schemes that you see out there, you can blame, to some extent, the state of the economy, to where things are so tough. People are trying to find a way out, and so they're more prone to jumping on the next hot thing. I think you mentioned Dogecoin earlier. I mean, they're prone to just diving into stuff, thinking that it's a way out, they can make some quick money. If you had, I mean, look at the poverty numbers, look at the unemployment numbers, look at the misery index and how people feel. So if things were better, if conditions were improved and people were wealthier, the naira wasn't getting as beat up as it is, inflation wasn't so high, maybe you'd see less people trying out these schemes because they're doing better already and didn't have to take such risk.
So for me, and I like what you said about trends, because I feel like I see trends. So there was agro investment, cryptocurrency, forex trading as well. I wonder what the trend for 2023 will be.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what could pop up next year? Just be careful, whatever the trend is.
Yeah. Oh, remember when MMM was it?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, so many people lost money in MMM, and then they came back. Oh boy,
they came back and vanished again.
All right, real quick, let's move to vehicle financing. So there's a company that was featured in the Punch newspaper, Carviva, offering financing options that's supposed to make car ownership more affordable. Is that something? Okay, I'm wondering about that for Nigeria, because I know that that's a thing. Obviously, let's say in America or a Western
South Africa.
Even South Africa. I didn't know that. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So first of all, how do you think it'll take in Nigeria? Second of all, do you think that there are enough players in the space here?
Yeah, there aren't enough players in the space, unfortunately. As for Nigeria, we're still just not quite there. You try and buy a car here, yeah, they'll tell you to pay cash up front or pay for the entire thing. Yeah, or transfer, but they want the full amount of money, and the most time they can give you is maybe a month. You can pay a half of it up front and then the other half in like a month. But that, it's just, the system is just not as fluid as it is in South Africa, where you can lease a car with a small down payment, and credit scores play a bigger role there than they do here. So a lot has to be done to improve the vehicle financing framework here in Nigeria.
Because I'm wondering, which one would take, because we don't even have mortgages. I mean, we have mortgages, but they're not exactly the mortgages that's
yeah. Thank you. It's the same thing. Mortgage is what they'll tell you. They give you like 2-3 years to pay off your house.
That's not a mortgage. That's just, so whenever I hear mortgages, I'm like, no, mortgages should last like 18 years, 20 years.
There's one scheme with the government though. I think it's is it 10 years? It's 10 or 15 there, but then it's the housing options where which homes you can actually afford to finance. They're doing something, but it's not as liquid, and the options are just not there. The government scheme they're offering, for example, won't let you get a home in a Victoria Island or a Lekki. I mean, it's just not quite there. And the financing is like, there's not enough there. If you
can afford to live in Victoria Island, you can afford to pay for it up front.
Right, exactly.
So real quick to end the show, let me take this one from Ogene Ochukwu, who says the issue concerning vehicle financing is a trust issue. I have to say, everything comes down to
a large extent, yeah, I agree with that.
All right, Rotus, we've come to the end of the show. Make sure you go connect with him and see what's what with Forex trading up on Twitter and Instagram. He's at Rotanquote, and I'm sure he'll be dishing out more gems for you up there. And Rotus, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh man, I'll make out work. I know.
Yeah, does everyone know it was your birthday? Everyone sent a birthday message, a happy birthday message to Shockware. Happy birthday, Shockware. You look great, and many more happy returns for you. All right.